Good morning, what's shaking, what's happening? Welcome back to Tasty Bites Timeless Travels. Today is day 86 of our Holland America cruise around the world. And let me tell you, today is one gorgeous sea day. Come join us. This has got to be one of the most beautiful days we have woken up to in quite a while. The water is, for the most part, calm. There's a nice gentle breeze. And even better, the temperature feels great. I feel like we cross the equator tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. I think it was 3 days and then the equator the next day. So it's either today or tomorrow. But we're super close to it, so the temperature's gone back to feeling amazing, but not too hot, which is why I think it's tomorrow. But, man, this is some beautiful weather. Now, as far as today goes, coffee with Kimberly, it's Chef Neil and his girlfriend. She's an engineer. And then I'm going to go to the presentation today about pirates. And then from that, I'm not really sure what we're going to do. It's with this weather being this gorgeous, I definitely know that he's going to end up wanting to do a pool day. And I just don't know if I'm going to shut myself in the cabin and work for another day. Or if I just need to get out and enjoy some fresh air and relax. This is a tempting day to do it. I don't even remember who the headline show is tonight. But I know it's somebody we're going to. Yeah, it's somebody, I think it's a singer. I don't know. But this day, this is one of these beautiful days. Oh, there's a flying fish. I would try to record it, but I can never do it. Gorgeous day. So, let's go get some breakfast and let's get this day started. My goodness, what a fun, relaxing sea day. I definitely needed to take a day or two of downtime, and I think I was able to finally get it. Coffee chat, hysterical. Chef Neil was just a funny person to begin with. He's very honest, he's very tell it like it is, and it comes across extremely humorous. And then Kimberly had warned us that their banter is really funny, but you kind of have to understand it, and you definitely could see the banter between the two of them, and the teasing and all that fun stuff. They are just a fun couple. They are actually getting married. They're supposed to get married next year, but she is shortlisted for promotion, and it could push that back a little bit, but they're really funny, and especially when they talked about when they're at home, who cooks, and she goes, we try to do 50-50, and he goes, absolutely not, she can't cook, I just try to do it. Apparently she made a curry that was inedible, and Chef Neil said, I ate it anyway because of her, but never again. So a great coffee chat. Those are always so fun to kind of get to see like personalities and things like that, because Chef Neil he's a very big guy. He's very intimidating, and he's even said that he's aware of how big he is and how burly and intimidating he can be, and she was originally intimidated by him because he's such a big guy. Then something that was really nice is Chef Neil actually almost a year ago, not almost a year ago, but last August, he was picking something up and he ripped his bicep off of his bone. He got very technical when he's talking about it, and I am not good with that stuff, so I didn't listen too terribly much to what all they had to do. But he was on the East Coast. They were doing the Boston, Canada run for the summertime, and he was seen in Canada, and they said, oh, you're going to need an operation. And when he came back on board, they said, no, you need to go have the operation, and they flew him to Boston for this operation. So obviously it was amazing medical care, because Boston is amazing medical care in that city. But then what was even nicer is they went ahead, his girlfriend at the time, her name is, it's something very long and drawn out, but everybody just calls her Mouse. They actually let his girlfriend off and flew her down to Boston to be with him during the surgery, because it wasn't a major surgery, but it kind of was, because it's like your muscle's just not on your arm, so they have to reattach it somehow. So, and he's still rehabbing it to this day, but I just thought that was an extremely nice gesture to not only arrange for him to go and get the most amazing medical care, but also to allow her some time to be with him, because he was also, he's from Scotland. He was nowhere near his family, So I thought that was really nice of Holland. So, another good one for Holland. Then I went to the lecture, and I'm going to be honest with you, that man, and I'm a little tired. The ship's a little tired today. Apparently the party last night got real rocking at Rolling Stone. We were unaware, but Rolling Stone did their set, not a ballroom set, and everyone was there for it. But he started out, and I kind of knew, you just kind of know, like, oh goodness, this is old school college professor. And that was him. Even though I was interested in the topic, I just couldn't do it. I left after, about 15 minutes because I thought I'm going to fall asleep in this chair, and that's going to be embarrassing. After that was a great lunch. It was another Cake Me Away. We've had a lot of Cake Me Aways, to the point I forgot it was Cake Me Away. And it's interesting to see how much less cake they prepare the further down this trip we get. It was a very sparse case. They still had all the flavors, but instead of having multiples, it was like 2 of each flavor. So, Cake Me Away. But now we're off for dinner. It should be a nice dinner. The headline chef tonight is a vocalist. He looks like it might be a classical vocalist. I don't know. C and I are both pretty tired. We did hit the pool this afternoon. It's the first time we've been in the sun in a while. So, the sun will drain you like that, especially because we are so close to the equator. We haven't crossed back over into the northern hemisphere yet, but it is due soon. So, hot sun. So, we may or may not make it, but let's find out. But first, let's hit up some dinner. All right, for the appetizers tonight, C got these Shanghai meatballs. We're not exactly sure what makes them Shanghai, so I cannot wait to hear how they taste. For me, I went kind of different. This is the turkey lime cilantro soup. So I'm also intrigued now. They had roast turkey, like fresh carved turkey at the buffet today, so I'm wondering if this is what they did with the rest of it. Let's find out. All right, entrees have arrived. C got the tri-tip. Now remember, we're on repeat menus, but this time this tri-tip, it looks really good. I don't think it's looked this good in the past. And for me, I got the fried chicken again. I really liked it last time. It's either this or that grilled pork chop that they brought me that was undercooked the first time, and I'm scarred for life. I can't do that pork chop, so fried chicken it is. All right, happy April Fool's Day. Yesterday, not a lot going on, so I decided to take yesterday and today and combine them into one video, just because otherwise there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. But today, April Fool's Day, should be really good. So, it's a C day, obviously, because now we're on day 4 of 6, I believe. But it's April Fool's Day. So there's a special coffee chat today. During the auction for the school, you could bid to be with Hank for half a day. So the coffee chat will feature the person that won that. And then there's an April Fool's Scavenger Day hunt. So that should be interesting. Plus there's a costume party tonight. The woman from Fantasy, Abby, is the headline performer tonight. So should be a really fun day. And it's already started out pretty fun. When we went to breakfast this morning, they had signs up that saying that service does not start here. We're closed. Things like that. And the daily for this morning is hysterical with the events and how they've done it. It's just phenomenal. So it's things like walk 500 miles instead of walk a mile, and it's things are upside down, so it's just really funny. So should be a fun day. So let's get this day started first with this special coffee chat. With this water, we are officially back in the Northern Hemisphere. We crossed the equator about 20 minutes ago. It was today, not yesterday. It's been an interesting day being April Fool's Day. First off, they interrupted the coffee chat to say that there was mermaids off the starboard bow. The coffee chat was interesting because it's with the people that purchased the half a day with Hank. A lot of the coffee chat was just kind of about Hank and his retirement. the rest of the day, the scavenger hunt, so we started doing it. It's pretty cute, pretty fun. And then we ran into this person's sick, this person's in a meeting, a few other frustrations, and then we were trying to take a picture with guest services or something, and we had some people kind of knock us out the way to do it, and we kind of lost the joy in it at that point. People were very competitive over this April Fool's Day scavenger hunt. I don't even know what the prize is. We kind of stopped after that between the frustrations of trying to find some of these people that were off and that incident. We said, this just isn't fun. Lunch was okay. We've had a quiet afternoon, but the April Fool's Day jokes have been hysterical. Our bed was made reverse today. The housekeeping team left all kinds of notes around the room. So that was pretty fun. At some point it got a little much, especially in the noon announcement when they were talking about taking the ship to somewhere inland in Belgium. But Holland just really got into the theme, so good for them. But now it's dinner, and then we may or may not see the headline show. It's Abby from Fantasy, and then there is a costume party tonight, and a party for April Fool's Day. So let's go have our evening. Say the theming for Holland's dining room on April Fool's Day, hysterically funny. They're all in different costumes, and the front is dressed like it's Christmas and saying good morning, except for Josephine. She's in a bathrobe. But here's our appetizers. C has started with her favorite, the shrimp cocktail, and they are big shrimp. They actually introduced them as jumbo shrimp, so pretty big shrimp today. For me, I decided to start with the salad. It was like a Brussels sprout hazelnut salad. I'm not really sure what it's going to taste like, but the server really recommended it, so it's salad time. All right, entrees have arrived. C got the vegan tempura udon noodle soup, and it is wildly different this time. It's more like a noodle dish with very little broth, so that should be interesting. And then I got the prime rib, and it comes with a baked potato, so looking good on that front. And then lastly, we got a table entree tonight of the vegan ratatouille. Now this does look really good, so should be good. We are going to call it a night. What a fantastic couple of days. Lots of rest, lots of relaxation, lots of getting work done, and lots of doing nothing all at the same time. It's funny how that works out. Today was a great day. April Fool's Day. They even had the days of the week kind of turn funny in the elevator. Holland really got into it. I'm not a big April Fool's Day person. At some point it felt like a little bit of overkill, but hey, everyone was having fun, so there you go. As far as dinner was delicious. That is the best prime rib I have ever had. It's the first time I've had it on the ship, and it was delicious. And it was like tender. I could cut it, which can sometimes be a challenge with prime rib. So very, very good. And headline show was Abby from Fantasy. She is actually an elementary school teacher back in England. But she has sailed with Holland for the past couple of years, singing in one of the groups. She said this is the last year she's going to do it. She misses teaching. Fantastic. She sang a rendition of Don't Rain on My Parade. amazing. The problem is they put her on a night where you also have the costume party. So I do feel like her headline show got a little, like, gypped a little bit, a little taken away from, because she wasn't the actual headline show for the ship. You know, the big thing is the costume party, but you know, she rocked it out, and she was so grateful to be on the main stage too. She was so thankful, and she was so happy so many people showed up. So, you know, that's what matters. And as far as the costume party goes, that was not the vibe for me and C. I don't know. I don't know if it's because where this is a world cruise and they're really focusing on segments and everybody has to have a full Holland experience, and now we're in 6 sea days and they're trying to pack them with activities. If it's just too many parties in too short of a time, because there's only so many times I can hear "Ain't No Stopping Us Now." It's been at every party, and then, you know, they just had the thing in Rolling Stone a couple days ago. I feel like there was a party in Rolling Stone like a week ago. Maybe we're just kind of over it, but it was kind of weird vibe. Lots of people dressed up, though. Some of the costumes were really good. We just ended up not staying for the costume party. It just wasn't, I don't know. I think what it is that first orange party was so good that it just makes everything else just kind of fail in comparison, for me at least. I don't know, but tons of people were having fun. Like I said, just wasn't our vibe, but, you know, that doesn't mean it's not someone else's vibe. So we're gonna call it a night. Tomorrow, not a super lot of things going on. The one thing I had earmarked for the day, a lecture, they moved the time, and now it's at a time that's kind of inconvenient for me, so we'll not be going to that. But tomorrow is a big pajama party. Like I said, they're just packing in a lot of parties. I don't get it. But pajama party tomorrow night, so we'll have to see how that goes. So make sure you hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, all that fun social stuff, and keep following us along as we continue our way around the world on the Zuiderdam on 2025 Grand Voyage. Have a great night. Bye!